On this episode of Bass to Billfish, Christine and Tom are an adventurous couple with a lot of fly fishing experience.
Hey guys!
But when Peter Miller invites them to Kissimmee, Florida to fish for bass on Lake Toho, they'll have to put a new spin on things.
I have used the spinning rod one time.
Kissimmee is known as the heart of Florida, and the best way to Florida's heart is through its bass. Florida, the fishing capital of the world. With over 2,000 miles of pristine shoreline, join three-time World Sailfish Championship winner and pro angler Peter Miller as he takes these lucky winners on a once-in-a-lifetime fishing adventure. From freshwater to saltwater, ocean to Everglades, come join us for a fishing experience like no other. This is Florida's Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller, presented by Yellowfin. And by Visit Florida. Unleash your Florida side.
You know, Bass to Billfish, we focus a lot on the social media and we try to get the word out there, and we follow a lot of people and a lot of people follow us. Funny thing is, we're following this one person and then we got a video from her.
One of the things that brought us together when we first started dating was fishing.
They do a lot of fly fishing, thus her name Fly Fish Chick.
Fly Fish Chick is my favorite fishing partner, and she is so much fun to fish with.
So we flew them into the Orlando airport and we were going to start our show here in Kissimmee.
I'm looking for a bass-tacular good time.
Well, on the day of their arrival, I called her on the phone as we were approaching the airport. Hey, Christine, it's Peter.
Got off the plane and said, God, we're doing this.
Suddenly it was just like the doors open, cameras, cars.
Hey guys! Yeah, everyone gets a little surprised when you jump out of the car and you got 3 cameras on them and lights. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, Peter, Tom.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And they were talking, happy, big hugs. Let me grab some stuff and we'll throw it in, and then I think we're gonna take a quick pit stop over to Bass Pro Shops.
It was pretty surreal, to be honest. It was crazy.
Let's head over this way.
This is a whole new world to me. I love it.
She explained to me that she'd never been there before.
Wow, this is incredible.
I got some gift certificates for you guys.
All right.
Let me see, I have one for Christine, one for
you.
Tom.
Oh, Peter, thanks.
Thank you so
Let's
much.
Gave them some really nice gift certificates that Bass Pro provided to us.
Hey, listen, I want to look around and put this thing to good use. Yeah.
Cool, let's do it. Let's break it down. So she went over, started looking at all these different things, and we ran into a guy there named Jeremy.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy is a Bass Pro Shop rock star. We told him what we were doing, looking for bass, Lake Toho, the whole thing. He was all over it.
Jeremy is not kidding around, boys.
Jeremy was passionate.
Yeah, he was passionate.
Thank you so much.
thank you so
Appreciate it.
Good luck out
Thanks
there.
a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Peter. That was a
awesome.
lot of fun.
So it's the first morning of fishing, and we pull up to Lake Toho Paliga. No? Toho Paliga? Tohopa Kaliga. Right? Toho. That's what everybody calls it, because nobody can say it.
Frankly, it was a great sign when we pulled up and there were bass boats in the parking lot on a Monday morning.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, you know, something's going on here.
Great morning, and I lift my hatchback open, I pull out my famous orange tackle box. Dude, my tackle box is like so freaking little kid, I love it. Lo and behold, professional bass angler Terry Seagraves comes sauntering up to us, introduces himself, and they were so excited.
We meet Terry, and all I could think was, yes! He looked like business when it comes to bass fishing.
Are the rods a little limpy for ripping them out? You know?
We'll have to make you grow up this week a little bit.
I'm ready. He walked up, he said, look, I got everything we could possibly need, and we were off for a day of fishing. You know, Kissimmee is in the heart of Central Florida, and yes, there's a lot of attractions in close proximity, but what I wanted to focus on for this particular show was all the natural beauty in this area.
Beautiful day. I mean, they couldn't have ordered up more beautiful weather for us.
Terry said, you know, this time of year, with this transitionary phase, we have to use shiners. Let's say it's like a really super aggressive bite. Drop it back, let him eat. And then reel down and then set the hook.
But I close it to reel.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. I told you, basic 101 here. My experience with the spinning reel can be counted on one finger.
Baby, you're crossing my line now.
Tom and Christene have done a lot of fishing.
See, it's all.
Wind down. A lot of fly fishing. They haven't used spinning reels.
Tom, I like what you're doing. You're like Geppetto working the puppet.
I'm glad you like, you know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. Certainly I had a lot more mishaps than you had. Now see, I was all wrapped up, but it was.
I had a nibble.
We see her get a bite. We're like, drop back, give it some line.
Reel down on it. Now set the hook.
I didn't have any kind of feel yet of when to set the hook.
Set the hook.
Set the hook. Reel
set
up,
the
reel
hook.
Up, go.
I didn't have a real clear idea on how to set the hook.
Now set the hook.
She just pulls up ever so slowly.
Set it harder. There it is. Yeah. Oh, it came off. You didn't set the hook.
Then suddenly it was there again.
No, he's still there. Oh, sweet. I thought he
You
came
won't
up.
stop talking. You're distracting me.
Very
Everything's
nice.
fine. The hook is set. I got a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was so proud. I mean, it was, it was, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's the way we do it.
My first bass in Lake Toho.
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
This is what I'm talking about, my boy.
I'm getting a bite too.
I wind up getting a bite at the exact time.
Hey, cheers.
And I've set the hook, and oh my gosh, this might actually be something big. Holy mackerel.
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by Visit Florida. Your Florida side is calling. Go to visitflorida.com. Yellowfin, choice of champions. Mercury, #1 on the water. Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. After a quick pit stop at Bass Pro Shops, Christene, Tom, and Peter meet up with professional bass angler Terry Seagraves.
He looked like business when it comes to bass fishing.
And despite Christine's gentle hook set,
Set it harder.
she manages to land her first Florida bass.
All right.
Yeah, that's the way we do it.
Now, the group continues looking for one of those famous Toho lunkers.
A lot of people don't realize that Florida, and especially Central Florida, is very rich with the cattle history.
We're gonna fish till the cows come home, guys.
Some were black and white.
Have you ever seen cows standing in the water like that? I've never seen that.
You know, Christene still had a live bait out, and she gets a bite.
Hit it.
Reel.
Hit it. Woo, nice fish. Nice.
Excellent.
She got this.
It's nice, exactly.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Really?
It's all about the hook set. I needed a little more oomph on the hook set. Y'all want me to sit out a little bit?
Sun starts coming up.
Whew, what a nice day. I'm gonna have to come out of this shirt.
I know, me too.
Shirtless bass fishing at Lake Toho, folks.
Sun's out, guns out. That's my motto.
Oh, yeah, that's a bite. Yeah!
No, that made it proud, didn't it, Terry?
Yeah, look at that, we got a jumper.
Oh, it came off, God. It's a different technique. And I had missed certainly 4 or 5 fish in the morning. Dude, he's going.
Yeah, just let him eat, let it eat. Wind out, set the hooks. Go, wind.
No.
He was having a tough time with these bass.
Dude,
He was kind of losing them.
God, I didn't feel it on that.
I mean, could your cork be any lower? That cork was under for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He's a cork soaker from way back.
So we're having a good time. We had a few bass already. So we figured, you know what, let's try some artificials. So we went in these really scenic canals. We went up to these beautiful mansions along these docks, but nothing would bite these artificials.
Oh man, I don't know what's going on.
We gave it a really big effort. We did it for hours with no luck.
We're going back to the elusive shiners.
If we're not going to catch fish, we're going to adapt to the situation to see what we can do to make it happen.
Where you got your cork where? Okay.
There's a little orchestration you have to perform with the corks and the floating bait and all that.
I think you're just under me and I'm over you. I think we're...
We got a potential Charlie
Yeah,
Fox
we
trot.
got issues.
Even though it was a 24-foot yellowfin with plenty of room, it's a little tight.
I'm gonna see if maybe fishing on this boat does any better for me.
So I jumped onto our camera boat, which happened to be a 28-foot pontoon boat.
Wow, this is like a palatial estate over here.
Yeah.
Look,
You guys gotta see this thing.
you know what? If that cork goes under, it's gonna be 3 anglers on the pontoon boat and the crew.
It was kind of funny to be on this pontoon boat, seeing everybody kind of doing their thing. On my crew, I got Ray Combs, Greg Smith, Brent Marcelino, Rick Sorensen, Mike Dinnan, and we got Biggie Small from a remote location. We got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know, 6 feet up with my lovely guest behind me.
Down to Chinatown, just eat it.
So I'm up there on the pontoon boat and I look over and Tom's got a bite.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, my boy. You know, after missing about 7 or 8 fish, it was nice to actually have one stay on.
I'm getting a bite too. I wind up getting a bite at the exact time. This one's a little better. We went from kind of slow, nothing on the artificials, and here we have a double header. Coming back.
How big is it?
About 2.5, 2.
That's a nice fish,
That's
man.
a nice one. It was fantastic.
Hey, cheers.
I think he could be 3. He's growing, he could be 4. Don't make me get my scale out. Now we'd caught about 5 or 6 fish. Things were looking really good.
Where is the cork?
Well, wind.
The reason I can't find it might be because it's underwater.
Oh, it's a big one.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. That's the biggest one yet.
Holy mackerel.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
And Christene winds up with the biggest fish of the day.
Thanks for a great day, you guys.
Thanks, yeah.
It's fun.
A lot of
Gorgeous,
fun.
Gorgeous. I've never seen cows standing in the water while I'm bass fishing. That was pretty cool. Well, we staged this show at a celebration, Florida, which is in Kissimmee, and the Bohemian Hotel Celebration was kind enough to take care of us while we were here.
The room is great. Oh my gosh. We've got this separate living area. The bed is so inviting. It's just luxury. It's great.
The bar was so cool. The food's great. They have an art gallery. It's a very nice place.
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
So Christene and I went up in the air. The fog got a little thicker.
I'm freaking out.
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by the Bubba Blade is the only fillet knife you're ever going to need. One cut and you're through. Real Adrenaline, the fisherman's energy drink. Get hooked up with the official energy drink of Bass to Billfish. Ray Marine, world leaders in marine electronics. Fish Hard Gear, official apparel provider of Bass to Billfish and Peter Miller. Closed captioning for Bass to Billfish has been provided by FishingCapital.com. Christene and Tom have traveled from Austin, Texas to beautiful Kissimmee, Florida. And while Christene quickly got the hang of things,
That's awesome.
Tom needed a little more time.
Go, wind.
No.
Now, Peter and Christene head out for a unique view of the area.
We got a call from Brad Connor at Moeva. They do air tours and they fly you around the area.
You guys can have a seat. I'm actually going to put on a video for you guys to watch.
And we thought, what better way to see Kissimmee than get up in the air and take a look at it from a Cessna. So Christene and I went up with their pilot and we had the most incredible vantage point to see basically everything we wanted to see. You saw your fields, you saw your cows, you saw your diverse landscape, and we saw actually where we fished.
That's Lake Toho. Yes, because I recognize coming in each day.
It's just amazing to be up there, and on a gorgeous day like this, you can see everything.
It's a big solar ball all over here on the right. What do you think? Okay. There you go. Oh my God. Have you seen?
And I flew the plane, like no joke.
I'll turn the plane out real quick, and you can control Sir, right goes right, left goes left, back goes up, forward goes down. Oh my gosh!
Oh my God.
I am about doing it. How do I go up? Pull back just a little bit.
You don't realize how close everything is until you actually do that.
Nice. Feather soft landing.
And in 3, 2, 1, we're out.
Thank you so much. That was cool.
There's a restaurant here in Celebration called Shannon's. It's an Irish pub. We went in there and they treated us like kings and queens. We started out with lobster bisque. We had bangers and mash. I went for the filet mignon with a little blue cheese on top. The food was unbelievable. The service was great. We really capped it off with some awesome food at Shannon's. Day 2 today. We're at Big Toho Marina and Tackle Center here on Toho Lake. Should be a good day.
Terry, he wanted to put us on some fish. So met at first light, got organized.
Wound up picking up our shiners, shamming everything off. You guys ready to go?
We're so ready to go.
You ready to go? Oh, yay. Did you bring the whole parking lot with you, Tom?
I mean, you clean the boat up after you get back to the dock, not before you go out. I think I feel like what got JT or something.
There was a little light fog coming up. We started heading out, but as we got about a quarter of the way into our trip, the fog got a little thicker.
We just start running in the boat and boom, you just hit this wall of fog. It's like someone just turned a light switch off. And I actually really liked it because somehow this fog just added this blanket of eeriness. That wasn't my best work, Jerry, sorry.
Yeah, you don't have a bait, baby. You flew off.
Oh,
The fog started lifting, we put the baits out.
yes!
It was a small fish, but it was another icebreaker. You know, you get that first fish of the morning, you feel like we're gonna get it done today.
We got fish number 1 in the boat. Now it's time for the big guys to show up.
Coming up next on Bass to Billfish.
Christene's bait gets blown up.
Oh my gosh, this might actually be something big.
Oh, cow!
Bass to Billfish with Peter Miller is brought to you by Mazda, Zoom Zoom, the Levin Papantonio Law Firm. Stay informed at bpspilltv.com. Pet Boys does everything for less. Gaff Magazine, your coastal lifestyle, angling, and destination publication.
Might be getting a bite here, guys. Yep, getting a bite.
That's a nice one, man.
I'm thinking this is a bigger fish.
Oh, it's a pickerel. Unbelievable.
Long and slender, very toothy, but kind of cool.
I feel like we give him a little headbutt before we send him off.
And then Christene decides to throw an artificial.
Oh my gosh.
What do you got there?
Whoa!
Nice. What is that?
It was a mudfish, it was heavy.
Wow, what a prehistoric looking thing, huh?
And then all of a sudden, boom, cork goes down. It's like, sorry, I gotta dump this mudfish for a bass.
Set that hook, baby. Hit him
on.
hard.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
you're just on fire.
It's in the boat.
Smaller bass, but there's bass.
Yeah.
Good golly, the bite's on now.
Ooh, oh, ah, oh, yes!
That was awesome.
Tell you what, how about a suggestion we go and get a hamburger?
We had a great morning so far, and Terry said, let's give it a little bit of a rest. We went into Big Toho Marina to some of the best burgers we've ever had.
He said he's got some special buns.
Fresh made.
Now we're gonna be talking about your buns.
A place like this can make a good burger.
That's a full mayo, mustard, ketchup blitz there.
It's delicious.
It's perfect.
The burger did not disappoint, and it was a winner all the way around.
It was time to go back out on the water, and Terry got some good intel on a certain area of the lake that he felt was going to be our moment of glory.
Everything kind of felt like there was opportunity knocking on the door.
What are we sitting at about 6 feet here?
Christene's bait gets blown up.
Drop back, drop back, drop back. Let it go, let it eat.
We all look over, and all I see is a body coming down head first.
Let it eat, right, Terry? Tell her when.
You have to let line out so long, it's counterintuitive, because all you want to do is start cranking that thing in.
Okay, reel down tight, 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 and pull up now. Yeah, go, pull, wind faster, wind faster.
Finally started cranking, set the hook, and miraculously, this mouth crashed down, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this might actually be something big.
Back up a little bit, pull up. Nice fish. Pull up and wind down.
Use your rod. Use the reel, somebody. Use your rod.
And I see the fish underwater. I'm thinking, okay, 3-4 pounder, whatever. And it shakes its head one time.
Oh, cow!
Terry goes, it's bigger than that.
That's an 8 pounder.
And then you saw the mouth.
Oh! Yeah!
I couldn't even eke out or utter anything.
She was shaking. I mean, she literally was shaking. I kind of was too.
I'm freaking out. Oh my gosh.
You see that thing?
But you see a fish that big, it's intense. How big is that off the top of your head?
8, 9 pounds.
That was so cool.
That is beautiful.
Hello, big bass. You put in some hard days, and sometimes you get lucky, and I got lucky. It was awesome.
It was such a treat to be able to fish on one of the best bass lakes in the country, and to fish with Terry Seagraves. It was just a real treat. I can't say enough good things about this trip. The Bohemian Hotel Celebration put us up. We had dinner at Shannon's. We went on the airplane. They caught their trophy bass.
I'm so glad to come down here and have my wife and my favorite fishing partner catch that 8.5 pound just beast. Special just doesn't do it justice. It was, you know, it's a lifetime memory for sure.
Go to BassToBillfish.com and find out how you can audition to become the next guest on Bass to Billfish. The Bass to Billfish mobile app is here. Go to BassToBillfish.com to get your free app today.